there guys, I'm Melissa Renzi and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I would like to share with you a practice for moving from your head down toward the space of your heart. And I'm going to walk you through this sort of adapted technique from one of my teachers, step by step in just a moment. But I'd like to first just talk about why we want to move from our head to our heart to begin with. So as highly sensitive people, we are naturally deep feelers, right? So we feel a lot. We feel maybe other people's emotions. We feel a lot of the world around us. We pick up on very kind of normally unnoticeable subtleties in the environment around us. But oftentimes we struggle with really feeling and listening to our own heart when it comes to things like making choices for our life's path, or making even simple decisions sometimes. And as you probably know, we oftentimes get stuck in our heads, so we tend to think a lot. We tend to analyze, maybe overanalyze. And while our brains are wonderful, wonderful tools, when it comes to just feeling like what's right for you in different situations, it's really important to be able to connect with your heart and get out of your head a little bit. So if you think of just any moment when, if you take the example of someone inviting you to a party or to a dinner or something like that, usually you're going to have an immediate reaction. Your body's going to tell you something, your heart's going to tell you what the answer is, but we very quickly bypass that, and then we go into this whole space in our heads of thinking about our schedules, how long it's been since we've seen this person, are we going to feel guilty if we don't go, are we going to disappoint someone? And we start analyzing all of these different things. If you're like me, you start maximizing how you can spend, I don't know, I won't even get into that. But so that's what's really important, to just live from this place of a little bit more heart-centered awareness. We can also get into other things as well, that's where our compassion, our calmness, and our curiosity live, and our creativity as well. But the technique that I'm going to teach you is going to seem rather simple at first, and it might take a little bit of time to get used to, or even understand how this works, especially because our brains can't really process how we shift our awareness. So this technique is called, by one of my teachers, a guy by the name of Locke Kelly. He wrote a book called Shift into Freedom. And he calls this exercise, or this, what he calls a glimpse, he calls it unhooking, which is unhooking our awareness from our thinking and dropping it down to the heart. So he has his way of teaching that. Mine is similar, but I'm just going to show you what I do in my own practice. So you can begin by just bringing your hands up to around the space around your brain. And so Locke actually does this kind of this gesture that is sort of resembling all the little inner talk and the thinking going on, the thoughts in our head. So you can do that if you want. Otherwise, perhaps close your eyes or keep them open. You can keep an open gaze just in one place, maybe toward the horizon. And begin to just notice the awareness right now that surrounds the space of your brain. The awareness that's really engulfed right now, perhaps in your thoughts. So just become aware of the awareness around your thinking. And then with a little breath and a full exhalation, see if you can just gently start to unhook the awareness, is what Locke would say. So just kind of unhooking like a hood. And then drop your awareness gently down the head, so from the brain down toward the jaw. And notice if you can be aware from within the jaw, within part of the neck. And then with the exhalation, drop a little bit lower down toward the space of your neck. And again, just be aware here for a moment. And then with the exhalation, a little bit more dropping down toward the space of the shoulders. Let your awareness rest here for a moment. And then gently down toward the chest, down toward the space of your ribs and the space of your heart. And again, you can keep the eyes open, just keep the gaze in one direction, or you might close your eyes. And then let the hands just float with the awareness of your breath. And be aware from the space of your heart. Be aware from the breath. Let your hands just effortlessly move with your breathing. And you could spend a couple more moments just like that. And then perhaps release the hands down. And close your eyes if they're not closed for a moment. And notice the qualities within you, within the space of your heart. And you can open your eyes. So with this kind of shifting our awareness, we're literally shifting our awareness with the help of the hands, the help of the breath, kind of moving down, down, down. So this is, it's not necessary. You don't have to use the hands. You can do this in, in a public situation by just breathing down and shifting your awareness from the thinking down your body, down into the chest, into the heart space, and then just letting the breath kind of naturally rise and fall. One thing I will say about this technique is if you are feeling anxious in any way, I find that sometimes it's really difficult in certain moments of like anger or anxiety to go straight toward the heart. It can make it there eventually, but it might be useful to shift your awareness, kind of what Locke says also, not in that case, but he says like you can shift your awareness like down the shoulder, down the arm, and down into the hand. So you might want to try that if you feel like sometimes more breath awareness or awareness of your heart center brings you into greater awareness of like your heartbeat, and that feels like it's too triggering for you in some way. You could try moving down the arm. And then maybe eventually we shift more into the heart. But even shifting into the body, we shift into the heart. So I know this might be a little bit confusing in the beginning, or if you're new to these kinds of practices, but give it a try and share feedback. Feel free to reach out with any questions you might have. And if you do find this useful, please share with someone else that you think might benefit from this video. Thank you so much, and I'll see you soon.